What is going on, people? Right, so Peach was hounding me to come online. I was busy, and I made some time to come on. And now look, Peach is not here. So I'm hoping that someone's in the chat because Peach scheduled this, I think, like 5 minutes ago, and yeah, I think he might have sent out the link to some people. But for now, it's just me. We were initially meant to be speaking about the West Ham v Atalanta. Now, oh, someone's watching. 2 people watching. I didn't even watch the game, and not reason why, but I thought, you know what, rather than even watch the highlights, I'll let Peach, give me his synopsis of the game, and then I can watch it back and see how accurate he was. But Peach is not here. So in the chat, if anyone wants to tell me how did we do, how did the game go, go to the comments. Yeah, and hopefully Mr. Unreliable will join us at some point. So yeah, say hi, whoever's in the chat, because yeah, we can't see who's here. And yeah, anybody watch the game today? And no, did anyone watch the whole game? And hi Peach and Titch, how are you? Gary, I'm fine. I don't know where Mr. Unreliable is. Gary, good to see you, as always. Gary, how was the game today? Did you watch it? I know it's pre-season, but obviously this is our last game until the season starts. So, yeah, I will watch the highlights. I was speaking to Peach before the game, and I was saying that if Ben Rama can reach the heights that he did in the Championship, then it's almost like a brand new signing for us. It's almost like a 35 million pound signing, and as long as he can take on board David Moyes' is work rate philosophy, then yeah, I'm kind of optimistic for Ben Rama this season, just providing that one, he's playing more frequently, and two, he is doing his fair share of the off the ball stuff. Good evening, Robert and Gary, obviously. So you both said that we done all right. How did Ben Rama play? Let me check the lineup actually. I did do this earlier. Did he even start today? And any news on... Hello, Lawrence. Hello, from Auburn, Alabama. Good evening, Lawrence. Or probably good afternoon where you are. Let me check the lineups. Ben Rama was... Okay, Gary, thank you. On the ball. Very good. I like to hear that, man. Because we all know that there's a player in there... And it's the consistency which comes from him getting game time, but he has to earn that game time. But I think if he's playing consistently for us, and he knows, listen, if I'm at it in training, I'm at it in the games, then I'm going to start most games for West Ham. Then I think we're going to see a phenomenal player this season. Let me just go through the lineups. 1 second, people. 2-0 as well. It's a clean sheet. Atalanta's, they're a good team, man. They're obviously Champions League qualifiers. Antonio, right, this is not in order. Antonio, Benrahma, Sufal, Creswell, Dawson, Diop, Fabianski, Fornells, Rice, Suchek, Yarmolenko. How did Yarmolenko do? Did Yarmolenko look like the Yarmolenko that we generally see, or did he look like the Ukraine version of Yarmolenko? I'm trying to think how close we were to our starting team. Obviously, Ogbonna is not available, and Ogbonna, Titch, I heard we were close to signing left back from Villarreal. Ben Rama was class today, had a strike, great shot, hit the bar. What's up, Gary? Okay, right, good. Yeah, Ben Rama, we need to go into the season sort of on fire or with a rocket up his arse. Yarmolenko didn't get injured. Oh my gosh, right. Antonio, Benrahma, Sufal, Creswell. This looks to me like full strength apart from Dawson. Would Dawson be what's the guy's name that we just signed? What's the centre back, the Serbian? I think, would it be him and Ogbonna as the first choice partnership? And instead of Yarmolenko, it would be Bowen. So yeah, this looks very close to full strength. And then the goalkeeper situation, Fabianski or Areola, I think that in time that will sort of turn around in Areola's favour. Who our next striker signing? This guy. I wore this shirt. I got this when I went to Marrakesh. And I wanted Peach to be on time, and he asked me, "What you wearing that for, man?" And I would have just said, "Oh, like yeah, in anticipation for our new Moroccan." Oh, he's here now. Oh, Peach.
Yo, big up yourself like Captain K, man.
Hey, Peach.
Yo, look at this, dog. Look at this. Look at this. That's a photo, yeah? Hold on. Look at that,
Peach.
dog. Yo.
Right, going on to what Lawrence Watkins said here. Do you know about this new Moroccan striker that we're literally just about to sign?
No.
Oh my days!
Who's that?
He's like fast, like really fast, 2-footed.
Yeah.
He can play in a number of positions. Yeah, and
Yo,
apparently,
I'm about that, man.
he works hard. Real
I'm about
hard.
that, man. What you forget his name though, yeah?
No. His name is Ticino or something like that. Did you not see it? I thought you knew about all these. Ticino. Can someone put in the comments what is his name? Is it Ticino or something like that?
Ticino, because I seen with like, yo, it's pissing down, man. Flipping hell, man.
Ready to rob a store. Oh my gosh, this guy, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Seriously, striker signing is key. Look, just going on to what Lawrence has said. Look at Aston Villa. Yeah, they've got obviously Ollie Watkins. They paid 30 mil for him, and he's hit the ground running. They've got a few backup strikers as well. Is it the Egyptian guy? And then they go and sign someone who I wanted. This is Danny Ings. So they're letting their intentions be known that we are coming and building a squad. Fab 7, 2007, Diop 6, Dawson 6, Creswell. So the fact that Aston Villa have signed Danny Ings to add to Ollie Watkins just shows you their ambition, and it sort of shows you how far behind we are, and further reinforces what I said, that I'm a bit worried going into this season because we're in Europe as well. So Tammy Abraham. Oh man, but 40 mil. Creswell 6. Right about now I would take Abraham, but not at that price. And Rice looked tired. He got 6. And also I think the longer we leave it, the more money Chelsea are gonna get for him because they know we're desperate. So, alright, Peach, I was just saying, look, Villa have signed Danny Ings, right?
Yeah.
So they've got Ings, they've got Ollie Watkins, they've got El Ghazi as another backup. You understand? Like, who is our second or third backup strikers? No more than 30 mil. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like to sign. Because to sign, like Adam Armstrong, Sim Sima, like to sign, but like what we got on the books is only like Antonio and Adebaku. That's it.
Right. Now Armstrong is probably getting Palace. It's looking like that. So everybody's look. Just going to what Toby said. It is a bit early for it's early for the doom and gloom. But I'm trying to be realistic that as soon as the season finished, I said, look, we need to get 5, 6, 7 quality signings to add to the ones that we want to keep because we're in Europe. We haven't. We've made.
You did say that.
I said that.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Did say that.
Look at Lawrence. Lawrence is true. We have no depth, right?
We got no depth.
Toby, what I said, and I don't like to repeat myself, but I'm saying is, at the end of the season, I said if you see Rice, Antonio, and Ogbono was injured, and if they would have stayed fit, which I know is everyone gets injuries. If they would have stayed fit or we had adequate replacements, we would have got Champions League, right? So that proves that
100.
we wasn't fully strong enough for the Premier League, right?
No.
So now that we're in the Europa League, we've signed a centre back at last, and we've signed a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make no sense. And the longer we leave it, the season starts next week. It's going to be panic buying or people just upping their prices because they know West Ham is desperate. So that's why I am slightly worried that we've got to balance both competitions, and the squad hasn't really changed from last season. We haven't added even 5, quality players
Yeah.
to the squad. We've
Yeah.
added a goalkeeper
Yeah.
and just yesterday a centre back.
Yeah. And then apparently,
Um,
apparently, apparently, we're in for like this Alex Craw guy again. Like, I don't
you know
know,
what? That's
man.
funny, Toby. That's funny. Yeah, that's the same as me, man. Uh,
Yo, I want that
I,
Hoselek from the Czech Republic, dog. I want Hoselek all day long.
Robert's giving me
He's
the
done, he's
player
good.
ratings, which I like. Ben Rama got a 9.
Ben
Okay.
Rama played
Four
fire
nows, 8.
today,
That's my
dog.
guy as well.
Ben Rama played
Antonio at
fire
8.
today. How do you
Yomiko
mean?
6. Standard
Yep,
procedure. Benny will
yep.
exactly. Benny
Uh,
is looking. That's what I said to Peach before the match. That Ben Rama is
yeah,
like, that's one positive for us, is that we didn't really see much of him last season, and near the end, he showed his quality when he got the equaliser against Brighton. But he
yeah.
will literally be like a superstar new
Oh, he's
signing
gonna
for
light
this
it up.
season.
He's gonna light it up.
Um,
No question. Homeboy's gonna
oh,
light
whoa,
it
whoa,
up.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa,
whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
whoa.
whoa! Hold on. I thought we had Milenkovic through the door.
I thought so too. What do you mean?
Well, Gary's
What do you
saying
let him say?
they're haggling over 2.5 Milenkovic. So we don't even have him through.
Yo, that's typical. That's typical Golden Sullivan.
Oh
Right?
my days! You know
Golden
what?
Sullivan, remember?
I just let you lot know. I don't really follow in depth. Who we look. I just wait until we sign him. Yeah. So I thought that this guy was through the door.
I thought he was through the door. I thought he was through the door, like, yo, kicking the door, waving the 4-4. I thought he was like there. Wow. I
So
thought we were going
as
to announce
always,
him today.
right? So
No,
I
you're right. You're right.
retract what I said. I'm even more worried because it ain't a goalie and a centre back. It's a goalkeeper that we've got through the door. That's it. A goalkeeper.
Yeah, and you
Like,
know, like, big up Toby. Like, yo, Benny will be like a new signing. So will Coventry, tits. Straight up. Like, they'll be like new signings, dog.
Signed
Honestly.
by. Okay, Lawrence said it is a done deal. Okay, please.
Big up Lawrence. I hope
Please.
so, dog.
Peach, I'm gonna. Your
Yes.
challenge today was, I didn't watch the game, and you would give me a breakdown, a professional breakdown of. Did you watch the whole game? Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll show you this. I watched the whole game. I did. Um, it was a match of two halves. People in the live chat can
I
agree
agree
with
with
me
that.
on that. It's a
I
match.
agree with that comment.
Yeah, it was a match with two halves. Yes, Big Toby. But like in the first half, I think we looked a bit more sharper. Just before halftime, me and my father were watching it, and I was like, this game needs a goal. And then Ben Rama, he got a ball in, chested it down, volleyed it to Antonio. Antonio took like 1-2 touches in the back of the goal. Brilliant. Like, it was magic. It was magic. And then, there was the next goal still. Because I forget where that came from. I ain't even playing with you. Like, I watched the whole thing.
What? You know what? What I do know is that we.
It ended up 2-0, didn't it? It ended
Yeah,
up 2-0.
we scored both goals right at the end of both halves. I heard that Ben Rama hit the bar.
It was like the 88th minute or something. Yeah.
What about Peach? Ben Rama's shot to hit the bar.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well,
Explain.
it looked like the goalkeeper saved it, but it hit the bar.
No, okay. How did it materialize?
How did it materialize? It materialized from, I think it was kind of central on the right side. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, like, correct me in the chat. But like, yeah, homeboy just took a punt at it, dog. But like the second goal, I forget the second goal. Like, I remember it, but I forget it. It's weird.
All right, Peach. This
weird.
one, Toby. The way Toby described this goal, I'm licking my lips. Benny with 2 touches and then pass. Antonio with 1 touch and then finish. The ball didn't touch the ground.
You're right. It was like volley things. It was like volley things. It was that. Hold on, Benny with the second. Yeah, that was the first goal. That was the first goal on like 45 minutes. That was the first goal, and then the second goal, I forget.
It was 4 nows. 4 nows.
Yes.
My guy. Do you remember the goal?
No.
Hey, Toby. What was the 4 nows goal?
Tell me. Like, I watched it and I forgot.
I don't think Peach was doing his job. His job was to watch the game.
I
Oh,
did
sweet.
though, but it's like, yo, I would like there was other things going like food and like gals and like yo, there was other things going like took away from my concentration still, man. How do you mean? Tits, look up
Purvis.
Villarreal
Yeah.
left back. His first name is Purvis. Apparently we are close to signing him according to Twitter. Yo, if
Okay,
he
his
has
name is his
Purvis.
name is S. Oh no, Purvis Estupinen. Estupinen. He's from
Oh,
Ecuador. Purvis
yes.
Estupinen.
Yeah,
He's only 23.
yes.
Let me see. Career. He started off for LD Quito, Granada. So he's been in Spain since 2016. Granada, El Maria, Mallorca, Osasuna, Villarreal, and obviously, they are Europa League champions. So I'm assuming he
Mhm.
played a role in that. So to get somebody like that with that pedigree,
I think
that's what, yeah, that's what we should be looking at is that caliber of player. I've not heard of him, but I'm assuming that he was part of that squad that won the Europa League, and they had a decent. I know that I think in Spain they finished 6th or 7th, but they were pushing for Champions League until the end. So he's
I
obviously
tell
had a
you,
good season.
yeah, same
So
as us, man. Yo,
what's the
go
what's
on.
the fee, Gary? No, that's it, Peach. What's the fee, Gary? Speak up, Peach. Sorry. Ooh.
No. I'm just saying, like, yo, that was the. I remember that now. It was like the ball came in, and it was like Ben Rama had like it was like a diving header that you didn't think like it almost looked like deflection, but it was like a diving header, and then for now tapping. Yes, now I remember the second goal. Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
Toby. I don't know. I think Super Chat is like 1,000 subscribers in it, Peach. I don't even know.
What's that, my G?
Toby said, "Where's the Super Chat option? Does that
I
mean
think
what does that mean? They
okay,
just donate or some stuff?
yeah, like the super chat option is like when they can like put money in, but I think you can only like get to them things after
Thousand
you reach so many
thousand
subscribers.
subscribers. You know what? Hey, Toby, just for saying that, like, yeah, appreciate that,
That's
man. I
wicked.
think that
That's
was
with
good.
that big up. Like, thank you,
Didn't know
Toby.
that one to buy.
I
Ah, he
mean,
went to buy a beer. Hey, Toby, you're a good guy, man.
no, yo,
Um,
Toby's always like I go on all the
motivated.
live chats, right? Because I know you're busy running your football academy, so it's like I got time on my hands. You get me? So it's like I go on all the live chats. Toby and Gary are always up in the mix,
Yeah,
dog.
Gary. I always see
Always up
Gary
in the
and
mix,
Robert.
dog.
Toby, I think
Frenchie,
I've been on a
always up in the
few
mix,
of.
dog.
I think Toby, I've been on a few. Don't say yeah. Okay, so yeah, don't say Gary for the left back the price. I didn't know that. I went to buy a beer.
Yo,
You know, fingers
where do
crossed,
you,
Toby.
where do you think like? And this is for people in the live chat as well as yourself, Titch. Where do you think we need to strengthen? Like, I know everybody's on like the striker, left back, and like central midfield, but like, who do we bring in? Because apparently we're after that Crawl guy again. Do I want him? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him to like make a decision. But like, I'd love to bring in somebody like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I say that on all the other channels. These guys will know. But it's like I know we need a striker. Apparently, Simmons is going to be coming through the door like Tuesday, Wednesday. Milenkovic come through the door. So if we get a center half, we get a center forward. What you want to strengthen it in the midfield? Like we got Forson, we got Connor Coventry. I think the youth are going to play a big part in our season this year, man. But we need those. Do we? Really, do we? But I think we do. We need those senior players that are gonna like set the ground alight, man. I just don't know. Like I never really thought right back was a problem. And then Kufal came in. Well, now he wants to be called Tufal. I don't
Called
know.
what?
Yeah, Tufal. Tofoul. I know it starts with a C.
Tufal. I
Yeah.
thought it was Sufal,
Me
starting with a
too.
C.
Originally, I thought it was Kufal. Then the man I'm like on the programs and that like the commentators they're calling him Sufal, and now like apparently after today's match he was saying something about Tufal. I don't know. I'm just gonna
Um,
call him foul, straight up foul, red
right.
card. I'm gonna call him red
Toby
card.
says. Toby says for the first time ever, I've got total faith in. I do as well. I do have faith in David Moyes. Even if he signed Hugo, I'd be begrudgingly giving. I don't know about
Yo, come
that, but
on.
I've got faith in him. But surely he can't be happy with the depth or lack of depth in our squad. He can't be, and going back to what Peach said, I wouldn't Lingard, that ship has sailed. I would try and get Pereira for about 15 mil. When it comes to a striker, I don't know who now, but like I said, Ings I would have taken and Daka I would have taken. Now I don't know who, but we need a striker. We need a proven striker. Now
that's what Gaza said. He said, did I say that Sima is going to sign? Apparently, I heard through the grapevine he's going to sign like Tuesday or Wednesday, but I ain't ex-West Ham employee. I don't know none of the man them. So like, yo, he might not, but we need somebody. Like at this point, Reggie, no, I wouldn't take Sturridge, and I wouldn't take Welbeck. But like, we need somebody. We need somebody like, I wanted Armstrong, but I think Sima he has more variety to his game. He can play on the wing. He can play in the middle. You know, he can, and I think Bowen has been the sharpest shooter in our squad to date, like in preseason, man. I think.
Sorry, I'm just reading these. Hey, who in the comment was it? Gary? I was gonna wear my vest. Who says Die Hard vest? Who is that? Like, I thought it was Gary, but I'm not sure who it was. No, say, Titch is wearing his Die Hard. I was actually gonna wear that today. Is it Gary that says that normally? Titch wearing his Die Hard, you know.
I think so, you know. I think it's Gaza. I think it's Gaza still, you know.
Posh Piach. Hey, Posh Piach.
I know that was earlier on today, dog, because me and Frank
were talking.
Okay, me and Frank were talking, right? And then like Frank was saying something about like, I don't know, he was saying something about my name. And I was like, I said it, stupid. I was like, because one of my boys used to call me that still. He was like, Piach.
Charlie.
And I was like, Posh Piach. And
yeah, but like, you know what they're subliminally, you know what they're calling you, innit? Subliminally, they're calling you a biatch.
I know, no. But my brethren, like, he said that with respect, like PhD. Homeboy took a bullet from me back in the day. I ain't even playing. But this.
Hey, big dogs in the building.
Oh, Big Dog's always in the building. Even when he's not in the building, he's in the building. But it's like, yo, my boy PhD, he had like Phase Deuce. That's what we called him, PhD. Yo, homeboy had the world of respect for me, dog. Me and him used to put two things down on the track still, you know. And it's like, yo, homeboy was like, Piach! Like, yo, on some respect shit. But I said it to Franco, and it was on some, like, making the mick out of me shit, dog. Straight up, and then everybody in the chat was like, Piach! Chancellor, man.
Yeah, Toby, I remember seeing that, you know. I remember seeing that when Moyes said that to that woman. I've seen that. He's gangster. What did he say? He said to her, if she was a bloke, he'd give her a dig. I saw that. Who was he the manager of at the time? Was it Everton? Or was it Preston? Like, was that like a long time ago?
What, he said to some gal he was gonna give her a dig?
No. If she was a man, he said like he'd punch her. Because of the questions.
Word up. Yo, that's how.
It is Gary. It's Gary that says Die Hard. I thought so.
Hope you're well, Charlie boy. You're done now. See that? Yo, Charlie gets all the respect in the world, man. Look at Gaza.
Right. Wait. I just picked a comment and you just moved it. Nico Schlotterbeck. He's got to be German in it. Nico Schlotterbeck. He can play various positions. Centre back,
that sounds like a good old English name to me, dog. Schlotterbeck.
What? Schlotterbeck. And defensive midfield. 7 mil. Which club does Nico Schlotterbeck play for? Schlotterbeck. Never heard of him, but I like that name though. I like that name. You know why? Let's say he signed for us, yeah, and then like, you know, we win 1-0, but at the end, when I do my West Ham Hammersmith United, I'll be like, yeah. In the 95th minute, Schlotterbeck came in and just cleared off the line. Schlotterbeck.
And Milenkovic, we're trying to get to like, yo, the Norway team, dog. How do you mean?
Milo Kenvich. We'll just change up his name, but yeah, Schlotterbeck. Nico Schlotterbeck. That's a great name, actually. How many letters is that? 1, 2, 3.
Yo, there's like 10 million letters in that, man. How you mean?
About 13. Schlotterbeck. I like that name.
Yo, Trevor Tube's up in the building. Dalek's up in the building. How do you mean?
Die Hard. It's Gary. I knew it was Gary. I knew Gary was the one calling me Die Hard. I was actually going to wear it. But then I thought, you know what, Peach? Because of this new Moroccan target, I thought I'll wear this. You know the Moroccan guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know? Yeah. Ticino or something.
Look. That's a good look. Straight up. That's a good look. Trust me, man. How do you mean? One football. One football app. One football sponsor everybody, dog. Even if they came at me with like some sponsor shit, I'd be like, no. They sponsor everybody, man. They're like that girl that just wants to like bone everybody, dog.
Right. Let me just big up. Good evening to Trev Tube. Lawrence, obviously, you was here. Cyber Leader, haven't seen you for a while. Good evening. And is that everybody?
Charlie Boy.
I think if I missed anyone,
the pizza man himself. Like, have you seen the My Hammers 11 with Charlie? It is bomb. It is
Charlie
banging.
With who?
Charlie Boy and Rusty B, man. It's dope.
What's the sad news? Cyber leader. What's the bad news? Sad news, sorry.
Cyber leader, Dalek. That's Dalek. That's Mo. How you mean Mo? No.
What's yeah.
No, he's not.
Oh. Hey. Is this true?
No, he's not. My G. That's my family right there.
Hey,
bro.
Peach. Is this true? Milenkovic isn't coming.
What? I don't get this, man. I don't. Charlie, what's funny? Like with
this is what Cyber Leader said that he's not coming to us.
Why? I thought it was like all done.
Was he going Juventus? I don't know. I'm not in the know. What do you want?
Oh, Fiorentina rejected.
Must have put a low bid in.
Yeah, well, that's typical Golden Sullivan, isn't it? That's typical Golden Sullivan, man. 2 bob for like a 5-pound player, man. How do you mean?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
they always do it, Steve.
You're not getting them for 14 or 15 million. It's not happening. I don't care what Fabrizio or whatever Mr. Journal wrote. He's wrong. He Googled it. Nope. Google's full of shit. This is new day age. You're gonna have to pay 20 to 25 million to get the man. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
He's one of the top guys on his team, the leader on his team. He was the big dog winning aerial battles in Serie A. You got to know your defensive football playing over there. He's only 23. He's the size of a mountain. He's got the speed of a mongoose. You got to pay for these things.
Even within this chat, obviously some people thought it's happening. We know that obviously there are definitely conflicting reports. But by the sounds of this guy, man, like. I heard his name before, but I don't know. But yeah, like I think we need to get this guy through the door, like, and make it happen.
Word up.
Yeah, I could actually. Because the wino in front of the bodega knows as much about it as the rest of these guys. He says, "Oh, it's happening Monday. Last week, it's happening Friday. He's here on medical. His sister told me. I know. No, you're lying. Yeah, lying. He still ain't here for the medical. How many times he gonna come for the medical? And he ain't even took the medical yet. But apparently, it's 3-4 times. It's a medical. It's a done deal. And then, but wait. That's what you do. Just wait till it's done, and then bing. Then you say, "Is that on?"
Robert, is that the Nico Schlotterberg or whatever that you're talking about? 21-year-old.
What's
his name? His name was it was Beck. Schlotterbeck or something.
Schlotterbeck.
Yeah, just find that. Schlotterbeck. Wait, Nico Schlotterbeck. Yeah, is that Schlotterbeck, the under 21s? Yeah,
I don't know.
Hey, Charlie, what do you think about Ings going to Villa?
I think Villa did good business.
Exactly.
I mean, he does have the injuries, but they already have Ollie Boy over there, right? So it's a little cover for Ollie. Maybe they could play 2 up front. They brought in Leon Bailey. They used that money. They used that money to better their team. And I'm going to tell you what, the Aston Villa fans burning the kits and saying, we're going to turn our backs. Sort your fucking self out. Because Grealish, he respectfully left, and he put you in a better position to get players that you wouldn't have been able to get. And they're spreading the cheer around. They're not hiding the money, right? Boom, Leon Bailey. Boom, Danny Ings. There's another guy they brought in. I can't think of his name at the top of my head. 3 guys, 3 proper footballers they brought in. Last year, what happened? Grealish don't play. Villa can't do nothing. Now they got more than one situation. So I think it was good.
Ings, and the thing I said I would have picked Ings for West Ham. Leon Bailey is a fantastic player. So they are They are strengthened. Yeah, he's a really good player, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove all the way down to Orlando to watch him play, and then they didn't put him in. He didn't play. I don't know.
That's like Charlie. Charlie likes this boy. What's his name? Billy Reeves.
No, Bobby Reeves.
Yeah, Bobby. Yeah. No, you love you love him. Like
what?
Yo, we need some players like that.
Dog. What for West Ham?
Yeah, man.
I mean, just for anybody. He's a player that I like. You know what I mean. He plays on Jamaican national team. He was at Fulham, wasn't it? He does bits. The cat with the braids.
Yeah. Good evening, Danny. By the way, who did we put 24 mil in for last season? Was that Milenkovic, or who did we bid 24 last season?
Last season. No, we was going after Tarkowski, and Tarkowski wasn't coming. He said, "No, I'm not going to come." And I think they were fake bids. That just like, oh, we was going after somebody, but he didn't want to come. So then it's like, we tried type of situation. Yeah.
What about Origi?
Origi.
Origi.
I take him.
I would take him right now in the predicament we're in. I would take Origi.
That's the Dutch cat, right? Or no?
Yeah, Belgium.
Belgium. Yeah. I got my flags mixed up. Yeah.
Would you take him right now? How much would he be? He wouldn't be that much either, would he?
Right now, I get him. Right now.
I'm thinking like 15 mil.
Yeah. Max. Yeah. You know Shaqiri. What about Shaqiri? Shaqiri's been. They put 14 mil as his price tag.
I take him all day. He's a magician. He's a magician, dog. Like, he is a magician. Out on business. He hasn't got his fair game time at Liverpool. I take him any day of the week because it's like, he's a big fish in a small pond at West Ham, straight up.
He's a starter on most teams, but Liverpool's a different situation. He ain't going to start over Mohamed. You know what I mean? Salah.
We are in the Europa League, so we need to get proven players into. So Origi and Shaqiri, I'd take, but I'd try and do a deal. Like, listen, 2 for 1, not 2 for 1, but do something. You understand? Like, yeah.
Shaqiri would be bitch. That would be serious.
Yeah. I didn't like that. But how do you say his name? Titch. Wanjamelin. The boy from Liverpool, man. He's like mid central. Kind of attacking player.
Wijnaldum.
Yes, Wijnaldum. No. That's it.
He's gone to PSG.
Yeah.
He's playing now.
Yeah, I take him though, Doc.
No, he's at PSG.
Not on our budget. We ain't getting him on our budget.
Nah, I know.
I would take Origi, Gary, definitely.
Me too. 100.
We could have done what we would have done. All we had to do was sell Rice. So that, and we wouldn't have reinvested the way Villa are doing. So yeah, we better off keeping him.
No, if we sold Rice, that money would be going into Golden Sullivan pockets, and we would not see that money ever again. Done.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Villa's got a plan, like, you understand, and they're sticking to it. And, do you know what they said?
Dean Smith is a dope manager. I know business. Dean Smith, he's a dope manager, man, and he's Villa through and through. Like, it's like somebody.
Do you know what they said though? They said that they said they didn't want to sell Grealish, but by selling him, it may well accelerate where they want to go. You understand? Because of the money. So they're not sitting on that. They're using it to fully reinvest and
he has some in his contract
acknowledging that
100 mil in a Champions League team. If they put in a bid, then everything's kosher. Nobody's mad at nobody. Grealish had that in his contract. You see, so. I can't. Villa fans are surprised this happens. Like, you got to live in reality sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know what?
I'd like to keep every player at West Ham and bring in Ronaldo, but guess what? It's not fucking reality. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I respect about Jack Grealish? That whole transfer. Apparently, he turned down more money at Villa, his boyhood beloved club, to go to City. You understand?
Yeah.
So I would have thought City would have offered him more, but apparently Villa were offering him more money. So clearly he's let it known this is solely about, football. He wants to win trophies.
It's on the trophy thing, but another thing that comes with going to a team like City or like, say, the Yankees or the Lakers, you will get your sponsorships are gonna be through the roof. You know what I mean? The Nikes, the whoever's, they coming for you when you play for City, when you play for the Yankees, when you play for the Lakers. So maybe his contract might be a little bit more but he's about to blow up. You know what I'm saying?
More than
It's going to be all everybody. Nobody in the States really rocking a Grealish, right? Because he's a Villa. Now he's at City. It's going to be all type of pussy hoes walking around here. Grealish with the City, because they're all City fans, even though they ain't never been to England. Yeah, he's about to get it back. It's going down.
I would take, in regards to what Trev Troop said, Embolo would be the one for me. But I'm saying now, if it's Origi or nothing, like, and bring Origi right now, I'll go and pick him up, because we're very thin. The squad is thin, so especially like strikers. So if it's Origi or nothing, then I would take him all day. But Embolo would be the one for me.
Let me ask Charlie this, man. I gotta ask Charlie this straight up. It's on my mind, and I'm pleased with what I'm seeing. What about Ben Rama, dog? Ben Rama looks like a new class, man. He looks like Joe Cole. He's in the same selection as like Joe Cole and Payet. Like, I know he Mr. Snake, whatever, but his football skills, they're the same level, dog.
He's looking good, right? So far, he's looking beautiful. Man. Like I said, I like him in the middle. Yes. You know, like today.
Money in the middle. Remember that? Money in the middle. Money in the middle. Trust me.
Who is Grelsman? Or is that a misspelling? Like, let's get
Griezmann? Griezmann, maybe?
Nah. Can't be. Grelsman. Nah, it won't be Griezmann.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Griezmann's
this Korean ginseng tea that I'm drinking.
Oh, he's dope. He's dope.
No, he's about his tea.
Talking about my tea. My Korean ginseng tea. This shit is nuts, man. There's illegal shit in there. It has to be. Gotta be. There's some serious vibes.
Is it making you feel strong?
Listen, I feel like I'm Ben Rama. I feel like Ben Rama coming down the middle and I bust him in the net. You heard?
Look, Gary and Danny. Gary and Danny would take Shaqiri. So would I.
They say, oh, he's the next Ben Rama. He's not the next Ben Rama. Not the next Payet. He's the fucking Ben Rama. That's who he is. He's his own.
Benny Blanco. Benny Blanco from the Bronx.
Blanco, dog.
You know what I said? I say, bada boom, bada Ben Rama, baby. Yes.
What about James Rodriguez?
Oh, fucking yeah, of course we get James.
I take him.
Yeah, of course.
I take him off.
Rumored to be available. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see that either. But he went to Everton though. He went to Everton, so why not? I can't. Yeah, it's one of those ones that you couldn't you wouldn't believe it. But he went to Everton. I know they're a big club historically, but right about now, you understand? Why would you not come to West Ham?
Peach. You know what I take? I take Juan Mata from Manchester United still, you know. I think homeboy got skills to pay the bills. Like, yo.
Hey, big up. Peach, Simon said, big up from Gimli, Canada. Is it Gimli?
Yeah, don't know. Big up, Simon. How you mean, man?
Is that how you pronounce it?
All day. How you mean?
Ooh, my matter is about 70. Yeah, Pete, exactly. Yeah, I won't go for matter. Peach, one matter is about 75.
What? 75 years old or 75?
And he's got no pace. Like, where are we gonna play him only as a number 10? He's got zero pace, man.
No, I know, but I play him in a similar position that Lanzini plays. Like, straight up, honestly, like I would, man. We forget. We forget points. We got like the best youngsters in the league right now, dog. I know business, like Ashby, Langelo, Baptiste, Elise, like, yo, we at Areola, hello, like, we got some of the best players, like, young players in the league right now. Diop even, man, like, homeboy needs to, like, you know, just understand the English game a bit better. But we got some youngins that are gonna do two things, man. Straight up, like.
Hey, you know what I like?
We need that senior balance. Go on.
What I like about today? Ben Rama would sneak up there, like with Antonio, almost where we had two guys up front. Fornals to kind of slip up to maybe like the left wing situation. Yeah. They were moving. They weren't in one formation the whole game. It kept changing. And now one time, really, at least on that side, now one time did they look like they were out of position or didn't know what was going on. Everything flowed beautiful. Then when the subs came in, our boy Ben Johnson, he went up top on the left. Fornals kind of slotted to the middle. Ben Rama kind of went, and it still looked fucking beautiful. I said, "Oh man, this is great. This is beautiful." So I like.
Did Bowen get on? Did Bowen get on today?
He got on towards the end, didn't it? I think he cracked off a shot, but I think somebody got in front of him. But he hit a piss missile. Yeah, he did.
Right. I asked the people in the chat about Yarmolenko. They said he didn't get injured. 6 out of 10. How did Yarmolenko do, Charlie?
Yarmolenko, I'm not gonna give him a. See, I give you a 5 or a 6 if he was there and he didn't do nothing. But if you lose the ball and you walk to go back to get the ball, I'm giving you
away.
That's not hate. The people say, "Oh, why you hate?" Listen, I played the game.
No, that's real. That's real.
I'm not listen. And the only time that Atlanta looked like anything is when they came down his side and they would blow his fucking doors off. Muriel would cut in. He got one as Zapata and he cracked the shot off. It didn't go in. But that was the only time they threatened us. And if he's gonna play, he can't play up high. He's got to play so far back, close to the fullback, because the Moyes system, if you ain't help cover, you're not gonna play. And my man was not running. Period.
I hate that. I don't like that, man.
And listen, no, me too. I'm with you.
I don't want to see it step overs and whoop-de-woos and loop-de-loos unless you got your one shot, bam, to get through and get your shit off. I don't want you to do loop-de-loos, lose the ball, and then you stand there and you walk back as the guy. No,
exactly.
You better run your ass and go get the ball. And I'm going to give you a 4. He's the only one that got a bad score for me today. He can't play on the wing. Can't happen.
Well,
can't do it.
That seems to be the general consensus. No one said he had a great game. So as always, Yarmolenko.
Things, man, like Haller just moped around, like Haller did like Arnie, like just moped around, like when ball got lost, man just like mope around, like this and that, like no, run your flat ass off. Get back, get the ball back, don't walk. Charlie's 100% right.
If you think Moyes' wingers are like a Barcelona FC traditional, that ain't what it is.
Yeah.
Listen, I know he was trying to get minutes to see what he could do, but for me, he would have to be like the backup forward or something like that. He can't play that far. He can't play that far hugging the sideline. He can't do it.
Right, let me go to Toby and then I'll go back to Gary's. This is what he said. He wasn't moping. That's Yarmo at full sprint.
No, 100.
No, he wasn't even jogging. He lost the ball at one point. He wasn't even jogging. He literally just walked back.
Yeah. I mean, not even jogging, was it? It was like walking, like slow walking too. Like, come on.
What about this?
Yeah. Fredericks look good.
I'm not his. You know what? I've said it, and I'm not his biggest fan. I don't believe he is Premier League standard as a right fullback.
Right.
But that pace is ridiculous, and if you play him in the right sort of system, then yeah. But I just think as a right back in the Premier League, I don't think he's a Premier League standard. But he's got that pace, he's got that energy, he's got that work rate. So they said he looked good. What was that, as like a wing back or as a right back?
Well, he got a forward like the goal that who was it? Oh, it was the Benny. He flew down, went down the sideline, got in there, crossed it into Benny. Benny did, got a good head on it. He didn't get a good trajectory, but luckily it went right to Fornals. I think we got one in. Hey, sometimes you just got to play the ball at the goal and good stuff happens. You know what I mean? You play it in. He put it right on Ben Rama to get a nice header. He did. Like going forward, like you said, last year he was crossing them in too when he got his up.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, near the end of the season, he was more composed in his assist. It wasn't just because a lot of the time when he was forward, his end product was shocking. But yeah, he did as the season went on. He was more composed. Trev Tube, I heard this. I did watch this game, and when they said like maybe this is like Bernardo Silva's not going to be playing much more minutes, I was like wow, and then I thought okay, so yeah, they might be looking to offload him, but I mean he's a quality player, but he would be, I would imagine, way too much for us.
Lawrence brings up a good point. You got to get in the box, and this is why the players were saying weeks ago in training they want Ben Rama and the 10, because he's going to have the ball a whole lot more than he is on the left side. And you got to think, with Antonio up top, they can't play a hard line. If Antonio's, so they got to stay with him. Now that's going to give Ben Rama all that space to do his magic, all that space. And there's nothing they can do. Then if they run up to blitz him, then boop, he shoots it to Antonio, and we can get him out of. That's why I wanted him at the free roll. I said it last year, and the players are agreeing with me this year. What's his name? Cresswell came out, said last week or the week before when he scored his goal, he said his positioning with Ben Rama, like I've said. And he said he's been doing it every day, not a little bit. He said every day he's getting in the right position to get his thing off, and he has been. And that was my only concern, because we know he could pass. We know he's going to get his shot sooner or later. We know he can beat a man on a dribble. He can do all these things that sometimes you can't teach these things. It's just a natural. He's got a flow. So he gets in the box. He gets in the right positions and learns, where he's got to be. Oh, shit. It could be a real situation. Benny's going to
about this? What about this question? My answer to that would be, in the current situation we're in, yes, I would take David Luiz on a free. In this predicament, that, like I said, I am worried about the lack of depth. So, Robert, I would take David Luiz. And the thing, no, but you know what? I've had this conversation before with people, and I've said I don't get the disrespect. Like he gets targeted with, from your Carragher's and your Nevilles, like he's some sort of clown, right? I always said I don't get the respect. I said the same thing about Romelu Lukaku when Man United were acting as if they've got like a 57-year-old ex centre back playing up front for them. Like this guy is you understand? So I didn't get that, the Lukaku disrespect, and Luis is always targeted for, like as a clown almost, but I don't buy into that. And Robert, I would in this current situation, and the season starts for us in like a week, I would take David Luiz on a free. And what about you guys?
Hey, the same ones that was hating on Lukaku, right? He went over to Serie A, did bits. He just had a nice Euros play. Now they back on him, right? Oh,
right.
The Google stat guys.
Hey, let me get you these. I got these stats right here. I never played ball in my life, but I have Google stats. So listen up. Get out of here. Get out of here.
And the thing is, at 24, he was Belgium's all-time leading goal scorer. You understand? So, Man United, you had almost the ultimate striker at your disposal, and you got rid of him. You understand? It's crazy.
If he was on that team last year,
right?
I don't know if they win the league, but man,
they would have won the Europa League, though. They would have won that final.
But it's like this. It's like this. Chelsea had the same thing when that stupid Oscar the Grouch Mourinho was in charge. Doc. They had Salah, they had Schürrle, they had De Bruyne,
De Bruyne, yeah.
And the man let them go like they were nothing.
Gaz is banging on the money. Where he said they play good on that right side. Bowen and Tufal, with a T, because Gatesy turned me on how to say his name proper. And you can see the whole difference that when Yarmo's in there. I'm not trying to hate on Yarmo or talk any bad, but Bowen, how for now, him and Cresswell, they got their side. Listen, when Bowen and Tufal are on that side, it's hard to mess with him. Bowen's got the wheels where he doesn't have to cheat back so far.
Yeah.
If Yarmo's going to cover and do a little bit to the defendant, he's got to be handcuffed to the fullback. Okay, and when he's playing way far up there, that's how Muriel caught his ass today.
Yeah, because there's space that he's vacating.
It blew right by him. He got into space. Then that pulls us out of shape. And then the last guy to get out of shape, that's who a non-football person is going to blame it on. When they're just trying to save the team, but they're the last thing you could do. You know what I mean? They get me tight sometimes. They really do. Get me upset.
What's your response to this? I would say, Toby, yes, I do miss it, and I'd like to see some variety. You understand? Like I said, I keep banging about Adama Traore. For me, he wouldn't go on our left wing; he would go on our right wing, and he's clearly right-footed. So I like variety, and that if you know someone's gonna keep cutting in and that. Now, obviously, if you play as a right winger and you're right-footed, most of the time you're gonna. But there's still times that you're gonna come inside anyway. So you've got more variety to your game rather than Bowen on the right. He's always going to cut in, and Ben Rama on the right generally same sort of thing. So I would like more teams, and especially from a viewing standpoint, to mix it up, man. I like seeing wingers that for instance, let's say let's say Ryan Fredericks was, the same footballing ability as your Bowens or your Ben Ramas. Him as a right winger would be perfect. You understand? Like that pace, bit of skill, bit of flair, but on his natural side. So yeah, I would like to see more, less inverted wingers. Like every single game that you watch, it's always the same. You understand? I don't like. Yeah, so that's a good point actually. That's a very good point.
Fredericks has pace like Usain Bolt, but it's like his footballing skills ain't that great. But you can still put in a cross. But yeah.
But Peach, you know what helps Fredericks though is that he's a right foot on the right. So even if he's just kicking and running, or he's not got to do too much technical stuff because he's playing on his favoured side. So yeah, it makes sense to have wingers on their, not the correct, but on their favoured sides. Yeah, some of the time, man, definitely.
100. It's the same with Ben Johnson. Like how many times, like Titch and Charlie, have we seen Ben Johnson played on the left? And like that's not his natural side. Sure, the man can cut in, but that's not his natural side. When he plays on his natural side, you saw the goal that he created against Celtic. When he passed it to the man, and then I think he passed it to Ben Rahman. Ben Rahman passed it to Antonio. Bing, bang, bosh, goal. Like, you see that. It's like, play your players. Like, Sam Allardyce was the worst for this. Like, he always played the players out of position. And you saw, remember we had that cat, Diame. And then Diame.
Yeah.
Yeah. He went to Newcastle. He was playing in the right position. Homeboy looked like a peach, to tell the truth, man. Like, he fit right in. Like, he wasn't joking about. And it's like, all you got to do is just play the man in the right position, man. But it's like, Allardyce is a joke, man. David Moyes is not a joke. But I want to see more players getting played, as you said, Titch, in their favored position, straight up.
When does the transfer
window? Thing Toby said there.
Which one? Which thing?
The one where it says about Pirlo.
Where? Hold on.
What about?
Pirlo.
Hey Charlie, I ain't playing with you, dog. I ain't playing with you. But like you like, I'm always bigging up your My Hammers 11 because I loved it that much, and I honestly mean that from like G to G. I honestly mean that. I thought that was dope. But I need them pizza recipes, dog. Straight up. Like, Bridget, I got a pizza stone. Like, they didn't break it up like your nephews and your cousins and things. I got a pizza stone, dog. But it's like, I don't know, like, what to put down. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, me and you need to talk now, because, like, I know you know the recipes, man. Straight up, man. And, I want to put 2 things down on that pizza stove, man. So just a side note. Sorry, y'all, but like just a side note stuff.
I'll send you the proper things over.
Toby, every time I'm on here, I seem to speak about Adama Traore, and same thing as you, in a heartbeat. And like, if you could convert him into a striker, then he could easily be the best striker in the league because of all of his attributes, not just the physical, but his dribbling is ridiculous, and his strength and his pace. So, he would be my number one target. But obviously, you can play him as a winger or a striker, and we have had this discussion. He would be like a priority for me because he kind of covers 2 positions. You understand?
Tits, me and you have been saying this, and like even Charlie, like we've all been saying it from 1901. Like Adama Traore is the biz, man. Like I don't care what anybody says, man.
And another one, Gary. I love Masuaku. Like more so as a forward sort of left-sided player because he's tricky. Yeah. He knows how to make that killer pass, and I'm glad we haven't sold him. I'm glad I don't think we're looking to sell him. And he's another one that if we do sign this Villarreal left back, maybe in Europe or even in the Premier League, if Ben Rama comes off, then maybe Masuaku comes on, and that's like 2 different players, but both can be as effective in the final third as you understand, because Masuaku is tricky, man, and he's left-footed, playing on his favourite side. So going back.
Left footers are the best ballers in the game. I don't care. Left footers are the best ballers in the game, and I'll show you. Masuaku can dribble better than a baby dribbling, dog. Straight up.
But you
Man.
see Masuaku, he goes back to the point that who said that point about anyway. He can go on the outside, but he's very good at also cutting in. Do you understand? So Masuaku is he's one of those guys that he's playing on his favourite side, but he can just as easily cut back onto his right side. Not necessarily use his right foot because he normally uses the outside of his left foot, but you don't know with him which way he's gonna go. Do you understand? So he's for us, and maybe Moyes is thinking, you know what, for the wingers, that is his plan. Like, look, if we get a left back in from Villarreal per se, then Masuaku is him and Benny is for the left wing in Europe and the Premier League, and I would have no problem with that because Masuaku that high up the pitch. Yeah, I like him up there.
You can't force him on either foot. Like for instance, if a guy can only really do bits with his right foot, you're gonna cut off the opposite side because you know he's not going that way. So then you had a defensive advantage, especially at fullback. But like I said with Masuaku, the ball's on a string, both feet are. Yeah. He can control it. You know what I mean? So.
And Ben Rama's the same. Ben Rama is very two-footed. He can go on the outside, even though he's right-footed. And you see when he cuts in, he can hit those shots on it. So Ben Rama is he's got more to his game as a two-footed winger than Bowen does, because you know what Bowen's gonna do. Bowen's gonna, you understand. And sometimes he goes on the outside, but Ben Rama, he's got the step overs, so you don't know which way he's gonna go. So. Yeah, I've got.
It's the same as Yarmolenko. Like Yarmolenko's famous thing, and both y'all will agree with me on this. Yarmolenko's famous thing is like cutting in from the right, getting it just like outside the box on his left, and putting it in the far top corner. Always.
He's primary going to his left foot. He's not gonna try to get on his right foot at all.
100. That's what I'm saying. 100.
It's not. That's just what it is. That's just
I think Toby and someone is having a debate about, I think, Lanzini. Danny and Toby, is it? Yeah, they are. I think about where you would put Lanzini into midfield three. Because, Rice and Souček, and then as a 10 or just in front of them, I would play Fornals. I think if Lanzini's playing deep, that's only really going to happen as cover for one of those two, not alongside them, because for me, he doesn't get in ahead of Fornals. No way.
Or Ben Rama. Yeah, that's facts. But he could be the Europa 10. We could put him in there, you know what I mean, to give Ben Rama and Fornals rest. I can see what he's saying. That with them behind him, he could do his Pirlo bits with the ball. You know what I mean? He really could. Now, is he going to beat out a young Ben Rama or Fornals? Probably not. But we got two leagues going. So he could be the backup. Everybody's like, well, we need backup for. Well, there he is, Lanzini. Boom. Bang. Bop.
Right. Let me ask.
He's Argentinian, but you know what? His family is actually Italian. Yeah. He's got two passports. That's why he's so good. Just so you didn't know.
Right. Let me ask you and the people in the chat a question. Do you think with the current squad, David Moyes is going to play a second string almost in the Europa League with the squad that we have now? Do you think Lanzini and them will be starters and potentially Coventry's? Like, do you think he's gonna try and rest some of the key of your Rices and that and Souček? Do you think?
I think when we're playing. I don't know if it's not. I don't mean to say farm team, but you know what I mean, like a lower team, whatever you want to call it. From us, he's gonna give the younger guys or whatever a run out. I think so. But if we get deep into Europa and it's a serious situation, he's probably gonna put the big dogs out there. But that's why we need a few backups. We need a few covers.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you can't expect Rice to play. He played the whole season, didn't miss a beat, right? Then he played the whole Euros, okay? And they made it all the way to the final. Not only the games, they had the training and all that. So, as well as Souček and Tupa as well. So these men need a rest. I mean, we need a few more. They have to. I think it's a possibility. Who we got coming?
It's the Gates Master.
He said, Gates, you got to rum like a pirate today? What's going on? What are you going to do? Gates, he's got his rum, don't he?
Can't hear you, mate.
Gatesy's in the building. Gatesy's in the building. Rah, rah, rah. Ticka, 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 la, la, la. Can you hear me, Doug?
Right. So I think some of these guys agree that he's going to play like, you know, a lesser team in Europe.
Word up.
I think so. Because why would you risk players getting injured in that competition when our Premier League is clearly is more important?
Oh, the number one priority. That's the number one priority. Premier League, number one priority. A cup run, number one priority. Let's see how we can go in Europe. Let's test the waters in like Budapest, Turkey, and Hungary and thing, because we know we're gonna get drawn to them teams. And it's like, yo, cup run, yo.
Wait, why can't we hear Gatesy?
Premier League done. How you mean?
Why can't we hear Gatesy?
I don't know. He might have spilled the rum on his mic. What's going on?
I know Gatesy was whining, dog.
No.
Like, yo,
or is he miming?
He's doing the mime thing still, you know. He's doing
Maybe
the mime thing still, man.
Maybe it's the Bluetooth. No?
Gatesy's doing the mime, man. It's like silver lining.
It went like that. Yo. I thought he was doing charades. 2 words.
Yeah, 2 words.
3 syllables.
Movie, 2 pictures. Yeah,
first word.
Right? But you know what, man? I'll tell you, man. I'm pleased. I'm pleased with what I'm seeing with the club, man. Like how we're playing football. How you got man to man, like making the ball do the work, and like man to man running off the ball.
Nope.
The triangles and thing like Charlie's done said like forever. Like yo, it's good to watch. It's like football is an easy match. It's an easy game. It's like it's the players that make it difficult, man. And it's like yo, I think we're like you know that Tits. Like you coach that shit, dog. Like it's an easy game. It's just like the players get in the way, man. And it's like. I don't know. I feel we're on the right path to do like 2 things good, but we definitely need like more depth. We need more signings. Like I know it sounds like a broken record, but we do.
Right.
We do.
We've got a new signing in the chat, but we can't hear him. What's going on here?
I know.
Gentlemen. All right, Toby, enjoy your meal.
Gatesy's in the building. Gatesy's in the building.
Finally, Toby, enjoy your meal and thanks for tuning in.
Big up Toby. Toby's a don.
Peach, Gatesy, have a note at the mic.
You don't know.
Yeah, what's going on?
Toby's a don, dog.
Gatesy, come on, mate.
I thought we had him in. I thought the sound was like EQ'd to preview how we see through. Yo, I thought it was EQ'd straight up.
And Charlie,
Charlie, did
breaking balls and he's just
Charlie.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yo, Charlie, did you like that tune I sent you the other night? Like Harry Kane and Abel's record, Gone Fables, Granite Rock Tables. Like, yo, you like that? You like that? You even listen to it though?
Hey, we need to get let's get Gatesy some audio.
I didn't even listen to it. I emailed him a tune, dog.
I gotta check the email. I don't get like a buzz or what. I gotta go in and check the email.
Yo, you gotta check it, dog, because it's like Harry Kane and Abel's record,
Frederick Dawson,
Alves,
Arthur Noble, Coventry.
Like, yo, it's dope. It's dope still, man. Like round. We ain't finished the hook. But the hook's gonna be dope because we're adding that. You know you know how you sent me the D&D. No, you know how you sent me the Mad Lion thing, like easy the other day. Mad Lion's wicked still, and then I sent you the D&D All Stars. We're gonna like cut in like when J. Rule the Damager, who's one of my favorite MCs. We're gonna cut in like when he comes in, it's like dirty. We're gonna cut that into the chorus too.
Good evening, Luke.
Trust me. Yo, trust me, Charlie.
Robert,
trust me.
You know what? When you look at it, Robert, that's not a bad
see, we're talking about hip-hop. Them talking about football. I'm talking about both, dog. Straight up.
Right when I seen the name Noble, did you see the techers he did today?
No, I didn't. I'm not.
Yeah, dude came up on him. He said, choo, choo, and sent him going right by him. I said, oh, look at Noble. Oh, man, he hit him with the friggin' Brazilian footwork. He was out there dancing on him. I said, oh, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
Duke is a G, man. I ain't playing with you. Like, he's an OG, not even a G. Duke is an OG, man. Like, yo, homeboy is ill. Straight up, man. That's my boy, dog. Straight up, man. Like, he's ill. But yo, Charlie, when me and you roll through to like them ways there, we're gonna go check Duke at his pubbing thing, dog. And like, yo, man. Trust me.
Luke,
It'll be live up. Still, you know.
Luke, did you watch all of the game today?
I'm coming with bail money.
You coming with food stamps, motherfucker? What are you talking about?
No way.
This guy, I'm coming with money. I'm coming with food stamps. I'm coming with pennies, dog. How do you mean? I'm coming with dollar bills, man. Straight up, man. Yo, big up. Trust me, Yo, when Peach and Charlie land in London, London's gonna get stop, lock off for like a day. London's gonna when it snows up in London and everything gets cut off. That's what it's gonna be like when you got Charlie Boy and Peach up in the
I can hear you now.
There he is.
There he is. Gatesie's in the building. Rah.
And this time you can hear him.
We can hear you, yeah. I don't know what was going on there.
Sorry, boys. I'm sorry. I don't know what was going on.
You never, ever have to be sorry to us, dog. We love you. You never, ever have to be sorry to us. Don't.
No, I don't want to make your stream look like a bag of shit and have everybody that's watching it going.
I make it look like a bag of shit on the regular.
That's Peach's job.
You don't have to apologize for nothing, dog. Straight up. Real time. I do that on the regular, man. Like, without even trying. How do you mean?
I'll be going there very shortly, Lawrence.
Gatesy, how was...
Yes, mate.
I didn't watch the game. Did you watch the whole game today?
Didn't watch the whole game. I got to be honest. I was out during the first half at Blue Water with my wife and my daughter. Took them out for lunch. Did a bit of shopping. This, that, and the other. By the time I come back, it was half time. I watched the second half of the stream that that they had on Facebook on the West Ham Facebook page.
Yo, Gatesy, was your one in English? Because me and Charlie watched the Italiano version still.
Yeah, no. If you went onto the West Ham United's own Facebook page, they were streaming it on there, and it was English commentary.
I enjoy the Italiano version better, to tell you
the
truth, man. Straight up.
Learning.
Word up. It's like, yo, all the man's names
it's all right for Charlie.
With the A, Cresswell, like, yo, whatchamacallit, Boena. Like, yo, it was dope. Straight up. Yo, me and Charlie were vibing still. How you mean?
Gatesy, did you see Noble's, this one here? Noble had one of the best touches after being on the pitch 5 seconds. Did you see that touch?
Yeah, do you know what? I think Noble looked decent. I know he only had a bit of a cameo, but you know, Mark Noble, he's still a decent footballer. He's not got the legs he used to have, but you know, he's still a decent operator in midfield. Make no mistake.
Would you start him? Would you start him every game in the Europa League?
Yep.
I guess it depends upon the opposition. I guess it depends upon the situation. It's very much situational. I don't think you can sort of like say carte blanche, oh, he'll start every game or he won't, or this, that and the other. I think you just have to gauge it, you know, on a match by match situation. I mean, I guess if you're, let's just suppose that we managed to sort of like get drawn against one of the heavy hitters in that competition. Would I like Mark Noble in there, or would I like Declan Rice and Thomas Soucek in there? The answer's clearly the latter. But if we were going to be put in against maybe one of the sort of like the minnows, if you will, of that competition, then yeah, okay. And I'm not saying that to disrespect Mark Noble. I'm a Mark Noble fan. Let's not sort of like think that I'm saying, oh, you're saying that Mark Noble's shit then, Gatesy. No, I'm not. But you know, if we're going to be playing one of the heavier hitters, then I think we need to retaliate with our heavy hitters. But if we're going in against a team that's a couple of rungs down the ladder, then maybe there's scope for Mark Noble to actually start the game.
Like I think Mark Noble is gonna suit the. I don't know about y'all, and like please feel free to like come back at me. but I think Mark Noble's going to be absolute immense in Europa. I think it's going to suit him down to a T. Mark Noble and Fornals, like those are the two players to me, like in the Europa League, that I think are gonna the prosper. Honestly, and we'll be able to like rest this player and that player, and yeah, man, it's like I know everybody's saying like, yeah, we're squad thin, but we do have a bit of depth, man. And I think Mark Noble's gonna be a big standout in the Europa. In my opinion, man.
Can I not counter what you said, Gatesy, but this is more almost agreeing with what Peach's saying. I, as a manager, we are in a situation where we are not thick enough as a squad. My intention as a manager would be to start Noble every Europa League. That's the intention, but because one, it prepares him for if Rice or Suchek gets injured. Do we want a rusty Mark Noble coming, or do we want someone that's been playing in Europe? You understand, at a certain level. Yeah. And also, it allows us to rest at least one of them, because one injury to any of those players, and we're really going to see how thin this squad is. So my intention, in theory, would be, or hypothetically, would be, as a coach, let me start Noble in all of these Europa games. But obviously, like you said, now if it's a big game, you might think, look, this game warrants risking playing Rice, Suchek, and Fornals. You understand? But I'm saying generally, my thought process would be, I need to protect these players more so. Do you understand? That's what. Yeah. So,
also depends upon at which stage of the competition we're talking about. I mean, if it's the group stage, obviously we've got the initial 6 matches in the group stage, fine. But let's just suppose, for the sake of an argument, that we've actually made it to a semi-final.
No. I was talking about the group stages. No. I was talking about the first 6 games. Yeah. Okay. This is different.
I thought you meant sort of broadening it out, and like I say, if it's a semi-final, then and we're going in against let's say Juventus have dropped down, because they haven't done so well in the Champions League or whatever, and they've dropped down, and we've got a semi-final against Juventus. Am I going to be putting Mark Noble in there?
No. Because then it's the risk and reward, and clearly,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So the risk and reward in a semi, even a quarterfinals, you play your strongest team, because now you're 3 games away from Champions League football. But in the group stages, because of where we're at, I just think, listen, like you don't have to stick to it, but my thing would be, listen, Noble basically starts all of those games.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I thought you was talking about the competition, maybe sort of if we had the wind at our back and a bit of luck. Yeah. If you're talking about just the initial 6 games, I'd probably be inclined to agree with that. I think that Mark Noble probably could get more starts in the Europa League than possibly he's going to get in the Premier League, in fairness.
Right. What do we say about this? Because Lawrence is obviously on the same page. I'm very concerned. What do you think?
Oh, massively.
The depth.
Massively. And the report coming out now is that the Milenkovic deal is still not over the line.
That's madness.
Yeah. So we need, to be honest, I don't think that we need a centre back, if I'm being brutally honest, because if you look at it, what have we got? We've got Ogbonna, we've got Wilson, we've got Diop, we've got Alves. Cresswell can play there when we play a back 3. Rice can play there. I believe Thomas Soucek can play as centre back if push came to shove. You've also got Jamal Baptiste as well. So really, when you look at it, centre back, do we need a centre back? Is it a position of priority? No, that's striker. We've got one striker. That's Michail Antonio. Yeah, you could probably put Bowen there in a pinch. Maybe Ben Rama could operate there, but I'd prefer to see him as a 10. Are we going to put Mipo or Rebecco there? He's not up to the grade at the minute. He may be, down the track, but right now he's not Premier League material.
What happened to him, dog? It's like, you got Adebecco, like from Manchester United, like good pedigree. And it's like, he ain't done nothing. And then you got like Alexander Silva, who like I think we sold or we're getting rid of him. And it's like, basically at the end of the day, all you got is like Antonio and Adebecco. With Bowen, it's like he could make the move. John Malenko could make the move, but We don't have that. Like, yo, SEMA has to come in next week, dog. SEMA has to come in next week, dog. And me and Charlie been talking about this, like about SEMA. And like, yo, well, we're talking about DACA before them things there still. But like SEMA needs to come up in the mix, man. Like, we need somebody, man. I agree with what you're saying.
I'm not gonna change who I want because a link come out, You know what I mean? I want to SEMA. That's who I wanted. There's reasons why I want them, and I stick to my guns. But I'm not in charge of doing the deals. You know what I mean? Driving the car. But I mean, that's just who I want.
Like Gary said, we were pretty lucky with injuries. So you have to add to that also Ogbonna, because if it wasn't for look at the Newcastle debacle, like Diop, Dawson, like that was Ogbonna is very calming. He does his job, but he also everybody around him, he makes sure they're on their job. So if Ogbonna, Rice, and Antonio didn't get injured, we would have got Champions League because there's only 2 points now. And this is what I'm trying to say. We have to have 3 of similar players coming through the door for if this happens again. We've got like replacements. Look at Danny Ings going to Villa. I've said this already. Like they've got they've got Ollie Watkins. Do you understand? They're building a squad.
Problem we've got, Titch, is I completely agree with what you're saying, Titch. The only problem is in order for you to do that, you need to spend money, and quite frankly, I don't think we've got a pot to piss in right now.
Well, no, we do. We have a pot to piss in. It's just they don't want to like bring out the pot. Like they don't want to like show no money, man. And it's like it's disgusting because like who was it? It was you. It was you. Like fucking hell, it was you. The other day when we were talking about millionaires and billionaires, like buying a squad and thing, and it was you that was like saying that like yo, we don't need no millionaires. We got billionaires, and I agree with that. But yo, homeboys need to like put their hands in their pockets and like get 2 things across the line. Like it's like they're billionaires, but they're acting like used car salesmen. It's like I don't get it, man. Like,
Sullivan's the billionaire. Last time I checked, I think gold sort of worth $500 million and Sullivan's worth $1 billion, if I remember correctly.
You put them things together. That's like billions.
But the thing is, I think a lot of their wealth is based on. I think a lot of their wealth is built. Yeah, it's assets. I think I remember the quote from David Sullivan was, "We're asset rich, cash poor," and that's the problem. That's the problem. They're not. They can't sort of like dip into their back pocket like Sheikh Mansour or Roman Abramovich and whack out 50 million, 60 million, 80 million, 100 million on a player.
Man. And it's like, yo, I called them the C word and it ain't Chelsea, dog. Straight up, I called them the C word and it ain't Chelsea because like they ain't doing nothing and they could do everything right now. And that's why you got like man like Titch, man like Peach, man like Charlie, pissed off because like yo, they could be doing and yourself. They could be doing 2 things and they ain't doing 1 thing, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Yeah. I think they're greedy, selfish people, man. Like
I had this conversation on the stream yesterday, Peach. Because obviously James has said on numerous occasions, and obviously he's entitled to his opinion, that he believes there's a lack of ambition from them. And I said to James, I personally don't believe it's a lack of ambition. Yeah. I think if anything, they're over ambitious, and the clue is in their 10-point pledge that they made when they came through the door 10, 11 years ago, which is still on the club website if people want to refer back to it. I think that they're guilty of being over ambitious, but they're not equipped with the financial firepower to deliver on their ambitions. I think that in the modern day, they've not got the financial means to do what needs to be done for a club of our stature.
They do. They have the financial. They have the financials. They have like all the ingredients you need to make like a chicken tikka masala. But it's like they just don't want to buy the chicken. It's like they want to make a chicken tikka masala without the chicken, dog. And it's like, yo, enough is enough, man. Like,
that's my opinion. I think they are ambitious, but I just don't think that they've got the means to deliver on their ambitions.
How much is Simmer? Someone, Gary asked, I think. No, Lawrence asked. How much is Simmer?
I think like 15, 20.
14 was it? Or no?
I think about 15, give or take.
Word up.
I'm trying to catch up with the comments.
Down. Yeah. Sorry.
Right, when Antonio came off today, they looked relieved. I've seen that before from other defences. We need someone who's similar to strong, quick. Exactly, yeah. We need a replica of him and someone more clinical, please.
And someone less injury prone.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm just going to get through these comments. What we got here? Good.
Massive
steak. About an hour ago. I might need some Alka-Seltzer.
Good lad.
Danny says, this is a bit slow. I want a centre back who can also play on the left.
Where's my
immediate start. There has to be one player out there who can back up Oggy and Krez as needed. Well,
here's a name to throw at you. And I don't know if he's still available, but we were linked with him probably about March time, and he's a free agent, or at least he was. His name's Nikola Maksimovic. Not to be confused with Nikola Milenkovic.
Yeah, I've heard of
Nikola Maksimovic is also a Serbian international. He's 29 years of age. He was on the books of Napoli last season. His contract was coming to an end, and there was a rumour, which looks to have been no more than a rumour, that he'd signed a pre-contract agreement with us to come to us in the summer. Obviously, that hasn't happened, so obviously it was a rumour and nothing more. But he is a centre-back who can also be deployed as a left full-back, so he would fit that bill. He's 29 years of age. He's got the experience in Serie A. He's a Serbian international. He, as I say, his contract came up to an end in Napoli. Last time I checked, he's still a free agent. He may have since signed a contract at a club, but I sort of look at him and think, do you know what? It might be worth having a punt on him, but I'm really shocked that we haven't utilised the free transfers a little bit more, which is what makes me think that we haven't got the money. That, because obviously a free transfer, you think, oh, it's free, there's no transfer fee. But the problem is that obviously when a player is on a free transfer, they negotiate a higher level of wage because they know that the club aren't paying a transfer fee, so they can negotiate a higher basic wage.
I follow Napoli a lot, and because that's from the other side of the family, that's where they're from, and he didn't get on the pitch that much, and he will run up and stab at the ball like a madman. Like, he'll win you the ball, but he stabs at it. Instead of getting in position and using his wits, he's like a cold-blooded killer out there. He's just stabbing at everything. He's just, I don't know. He's not for me. Not for me. I wouldn't waste my time with that geezer.
No, but it just had a little bit of depth. But that one there, Paul Onuachu, I did a stream about him earlier in the week on Force from Iron, and he scored again today. I don't know if you know. He scored. Genk were playing a little bit earlier on. He scored again. Yeah. I mean, there's people that say, would he fit into Moyes' style of play? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But he obviously it's Belgian football, and it's not really comparable with the Premier League, in all honesty. But you look at his record; he clearly knows how to put a ball away.
Yeah, well, he get like 33, 35 goals over there in that league.
This is Trev's thoughts on that. On Onuachu, he's another one I'd be all over. I like that he's something different. Too massive, strong, nightmare for defenders. I haven't seen this guy.
He's a unit. Jeez.
And we're already the kings of heading them in the box. So we add another big guy in there. Oh man, we'd be the mountainous men. Rice, Suchek, all the ball, and then you'd have a big striker, 6'7". 6'7" is tall. But that's a big boy. That is a big guy.
Spain are 1-1 with Brazil in the Olympics. No, that finished. That finished, Gary. That was earlier. That was way earlier. Gary's put Spain are 1-1 with Brazil in the Olympics.
Are they?
That finished. No, that finished. That was this afternoon.
Okay.
I don't know if Gary's watching it on catch up or something. Yeah, because that game finished. So I don't want to spoil it if you don't know the score.
Well, spoilers.
I see Dani Alves playing, man. Like, yeah, like I say, oh my god, he's still playing.
What about this Brazilian guy that we've been linked with, Igor Gomes? He's from, I believe it's Sao Paulo, if I remember correctly. The report I saw, he was described as a Brazilian wonder kid, and then in the next paragraph I read he was 22 years of age, and I'm like, well, that's not a wonder kid. You know, he's a bit older than a kid at 22.
Yeah. And Igor leads me to believe, is he really Brazilian?
It's not a very but then again, Titch, you look at a lot of the Brazilian players now. You know, going back, you had Careca, you had Romario, you had Bebeto. Now they've got really crap names like Joe, Fred. I'm just waiting for one to turn up, Dave.
Yeah, but Igor is his first name. Yeah, Gary, sorry, I didn't want to spoil it for you if you didn't know the. But I think Robert has just done that. Oh, he's put oops
no.
there. Yeah, I watched that. That was way earlier. That was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock maybe. No, 3 o'clock it finished.
Oh well.
If it was a wonder kid,
Look at this. Cheers, Robert.
Oh dear.
So listen, you lot. I'm gonna have to go in a minute. Like, if you could pick just one player, it doesn't have to be any position. Who would you bring through the door, Gatesy?
Like, Abraham.
Yeah, you would bring him in. And what's the maximum you?
Oh. Well, I think that striker is the priority. I don't think that centre back, as I say, I don't believe centre back is the pressing concern for me. I think the pressing concern for me is primarily a striker, and I would probably say another central defensive mid. Although, if he's going to utilise Noble, Lanzini, and possibly Connor Coventry, then maybe not so much. But I would definitely say a striker for obvious reasons. And for me, I'm actually a Tammy Abraham fan. I think he could fit into the David Moyes style of play. I think, I know that there's this thing that Chelsea wanted 40, and we've sort of said we can't afford that, and there's been a little bit of haggling, and I think that if we could get him for 30, in my opinion, an England international at 23 years of age, who was Chelsea's top goal scorer last season when he only played half a season, I think he's worth it. I really do.
Can I?
You know, and this is a guy that's got a resale value. I mean, if we had him for 2-3 years and he did what I think he possibly could, then there's every reason to think that we could sell him at a profit down the track. Now, surely that's what we should be doing, rather than what we normally do and paying 45 million quid for a striker and selling him 18 months later for 22.
You know that if you sign Abraham, between him and Antonio in their career, I would say probably 2 goals from outside the box. So, unlike your Danny Ings, who gets all types of goals, we've got 2 strikers that cannot score from outside the box.
Either could Tony Cottee.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so how much would you pay?
They score goals. All I'm interested in is they score goals. I couldn't care less if they're in the 18-yard box, outside the 18-yard box, in the 6-yard box, or from 6 inches away.
Maximum
30 mil.
30
mil.
Right. Charlie,
30 mil.
One player.
I would say that if they was to turn around and say 30 mil plus 5 million in add-ons over a period of the contract, then I would say fine, do it.
Charlie, who would you? One player, any position that you would say, yeah, this guy.
Well,
and how much?
Like I said, Seema, if we can get it for 15, 18. But now, if Tammy was a realistic option, like we're saying, and that's on the table, I put a trigger on that, like 30, whatever, get him in all day long. But Seema, I like man like Seema because he can play on the right and he can play up top. And it's not like, it's a convert, like he can play up top. Man's got goals on both sides. And that would give us options, you know. If Bowen could play it and he can play on the right, then they can switch. So, and us being Europa, that would just give us serious depth and make him play different positions. I'd say Seema for the price.
So, and let's say, and what's the maximum you'd pay for Seema?
The max 18. I wouldn't go over 18.
Tavi is overpriced. Everything that was on Tavi, he made it clear he was. Yeah, that's another thing. He don't really want to come to us.
Yeah, but But the thing is, you know, people are allowed to change their mind. You know, if Arsenal's not going to happen for him, and he's got an offer from West Ham, and he's prepared to come through the door and work hard and integrate into the team and do his very best, then the fact that we were his second choice, to be honest with you, doesn't really bother me.
Nope.
Anybody? Like I said, I'm gonna have to go in about 5 minutes. Anybody in the chat? Who is your one single pick? Now, you know who mine would be.
What one single pick for what, dog? What are you talking about? You talking about like? No, hold on. Are you talking about like one single pick that's like gonna put like the final topping on Charlie's pizza? Or are you talking about the one single pick that's gonna like put the whatchamacallit, the man them there with the what is it, man? What is it? It's the red chili like gravy, no red chili like sauce on the prime mass. What are you talking about? What's the one single pick, dog? Tell me, I need to know.
Who you personally would bring in as a, you know, like this is the one guy that I definitely want to bring into West Ham.
Traore all day long.
I mean, that's me as well.
Traore all day long. Bang.
That's my guy as well. And how much would you pay for him as a maximum? Okay, he's gone. As a maximum,
no,
I would pay 35 mil, and ideally it would be, you know, structured and yes, add-ons and all that. But yeah, I'd pay 35 mil for Adama Traore and get him in.
It would cost as much as that. I think we could get him for less because I say that because I don't know what his contract situation is exactly. I've got to be honest, I haven't looked, but on the basis of, you know, he didn't have a great season last season. I think you could probably get him for a bit less.
This is another good player, St. Maximin.
He always seems to do well against us.
He's a dangerous player, man.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So this is their pick. So Trev, sorry, you guys. Trev Chu says, how do you say this guy's name? Paul
Onuachu.
Right. That's who Trev Chu would pick. Gary says maximum for Abraham 33 mil. I don't know if that would be his pick. Danny Jackson, I'd rather have Seema than Tammy. Epic said Saint Maximin.
The only thing
Gary
I would say with Seema is he's not proven in the Premier League. That's the only concern, and he's not a striker.
What about would you guys take Ward-Prowse?
All day long. But he wouldn't be my priority.
He's like, I think he's 25, 30 mil, isn't it?
Yeah. Good player. You're right, the disabled team. Ward-Prowse is a cracking player, but as I say, in answer to the question, if there was one player, I think that a striker for me is the absolute priority over a midfielder. So if we've got a finite amount of money to deal with, and it's say 35 million quid, then for me I would put it on a striker.
Gary says Souček said he's trying to get more Czech players in, so West Ham will be called West Ham Republic. You know what? If they're as good as him and Sufal, or what's his name? Tufal now I'm hearing.
Tufal, yes.
Right, if they're as good as those two, get them in. We'll be West Ham Republic, man.
What was that? What was that? How much would I pay for the man them there?
What's the maximum you'd pay for Traore? Like the maximum?
15 million.
15?
Yeah, man.
1-5.
He's shocked.
You don't want Traore. You're like the owners. You're like our owners. Like you. That's what they would say. 15 mil. You are Sullivan and Gold. 15 mil for Traore.
Brethren.
See, this is Peach Gold. Peach Sullivan.
No, this is
Peach. That's a Peach comment you made there. You Peach.
Oh, hello. I needed to get your signal.
You Peach. 15 million for Traore. You don't want.
How do you mean, dog?
That's like West Ham bidding 5 mil for Milenkovic. That's what we would do. Right to the ceiling. Differently. Yo, watch this. No, Charlie, hold up, boss. Watch this, dog. Like, you got Traore. He's dope. Don't get me wrong. He's live.
But it's like, yo, homeboy hits like Rosette, like Antonio hits Rosette. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Flip
like
flopper.
there's like 5 million like scratched off the deal right there.
Peach is a
Yo,
flip flopper.
15, yo, flip flopper. I skip stopper, but I'm a hip hopper and I dip dopper. No, honestly, 15 to 20. See, so like I ain't peach gold. I'm peach like bold, straight up. No, 15 to 20, straight up. I don't like what you guys think he deserves like more than that, honest?
Yes.
I don't know.
What if we had to we had to do what we can to get him through the door? 35 mil, of course.
See, Gary knows. We're winning the league. We're winning the blood clot league. I don't business. We're winning
Jay
the league.
Scott was at the game today. What a win and what an atmosphere. Come on, you hands.
This is we gotta replace Antonio because he kicks him to Rosette. Who are we gonna bring in? The next guy that kicks him to Rosette. Like what?
Tammy Abraham, that is.
Y'all just want to catch a ball in the stands when you go to
this guy. I never met this guy in person, but when I meet this guy, I'm giving him a big blood clot hug, dog. Straight up. That's my boy.
You like
straight, you're right, dog. You brought the Rosette thing. But yo, homeboy got skills. Homeboy got skills. Straight up.
Nah, he facts. He does. He's a beast. Facts.
Listen, you lot. I'm gonna have to love you, and leave you, man. I've been on longer than I thought I was gonna be.
I'm out of here as well. I gotta go get my dinner set up.
What do you have for dinner, homeboy?
I don't know.
It looks like everyone's. Peach, you're not staying on, are you?
Of course I am. I'll stay on.
Okay. Right, well, listen.
Me and Gatesy will talk 2 things, dog.
Gatesy is gay.
I've got to go and get my son, mate.
Okay, so I'll be on my lonesome. I'll be on my Todd. But yo,
listen, everybody that was in the chat, everybody that's left the chat, thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. I haven't been on for a while. Gatesy, Charlie, and Peach.
In a building, dog. How do you mean?
But yeah, you lot. I'm going. I'll see you later. You don't know. I'll see you later. I'm going.
Come on, you Iron. Oh.
Then there was
Peach.
Then there was
seriously, I've got to go and pick me boy up.
How we got on the mic? We got no jokes. Yo, we still got like Danny in the chat. Danny saying, Titch, Charlie, Gatesy, thanks to the chat. They didn't say nothing about me. Like, fuck
subscribe to West Ham Randoms, guys.
Let's throw Peach out the window, like, straight up.
Guys, before you go anywhere, make sure you drop a like on this stream, yeah? Because don't forget, when you do that, you help the channel get more exposure, and by getting more exposure that you can get more subs and all the rest of it. It really does help as far as the YouTube algorithms are concerned. Make sure if you haven't done so,
that's a gentleman right there, Doc. Straight like,
make sure you subscribe to West Ham Randoms, and make sure you hit the bell icon to be notified of the new content as and when it's uploaded by Peach.
Make sure you subscribe to Forge from Iron. Like, yo, I ain't playing with you. Like, they put down 2 things, and they got the illest from the duckers in the place, dog. You got Gatesy, you got Duke, you got Jazz, and when Jazz is coming to Canada, me and him are gonna link up for a pint. And then, yo, you got Miles.
He doesn't drink lager too much. He's a rum drinker, Pete. Just to warn you.
Yo, and then, honestly, today, if I can just back away and just say, yo, I'll show you this, man. Steve 50, what a legend. Like, honestly, have you met him, like, in real life, like, in person?
Yes, I have.
Yo, he sounds like a top boy, honestly. Like, I love that man.
I had him on the post-match for the Atalanta game just before this. And then once we finished the stream, we were sitting there just talking over the internet about many things. You know, not all to do with West Ham, some family bits and pieces, just life in general, and just shooting the breeze. But yeah, Steve's a gent. Absolute
No,
gent.
he honestly, like the way he comes across, like on the YouTube channel and that, he really does sound like a good person.
Yeah,
Like
he is.
if
And
I'm saying, like he
I've just
really
seen
does.
Gary's
Man.
comment. You're probably right, Gary. You're probably right. He may well be picking me up at this rate. No, seriously, I've got to go. But guys, please, please, please put a like on the video and subscribe to West Ham Random.
Thank you
It
so
really
much,
does help each
JT.
out. And
Yeah,
as I say, if any of you
yeah,
haven't done so and you want sort of like a little bit more content, West Ham content, and you've not subscribed to Force from Iron as well,
yeah, and
spread the
subscribe to
love.
Fort Command. Honestly, like if you want,
Most of you here have,
like
I'm sure.
but brethren, listen, you got other channels there, yeah, like
Yeah.
putting like two things out, but it's like how many are genuine and how many are truthful, and how
Guess
many
who's
are
just walked through
beautiful.
my
But
door?
like no, but you're truthful and like yo, you're beautiful and truthful. Like your channel is like top notch, man, and it's like. Yo, you got the best people upon there. Like Duke, I love to pieces. I love everybody to pieces on your channel. Like Duke, Gatesy, like Miles, yo, Jazza, like Steve. I ain't playing
Hey,
with you, man. I love all of y'all, man. Like
hey,
y'all
guess
put
who's
some
walked
things
through my
down, man.
door? Guess who's walked through my door?
Who's that?
My son.
George? Is that George?
Yeah.
Is that George?
He's just come
Is
back from the
that
pub, so I
George?
don't need to pick him up.
George the works
That's
of
my
the
boy.
blood clot Duke? Like George, where'd he go at? Homeboy like disappeared like Aunt Mabel. What are you saying,
No,
dog?
he's camera shy. You were lucky you got what you got. In fairness.
Nah, but no, he's a G, man. He's brilliant, man. Big up
Yeah.
George, man. All day long. Yo, homeboy puts in a shift, man. It's nuts. Like you'd be surprised how many people like these days like actually put in a shift, and homeboy puts in a shift every day, all day at like Uncle Duke's pub, man. Straight
He's
up,
18
man.
years of age. He's going to be going to uni in September. He's doing
What's he studying? What's he studying?
Accounting and finance.
Accounting.
So hopefully he won't have to do what his dad does and get on his hands and knees in very tight spaces and repair domestic appliances for a living. Hopefully he can just, use a computer and just sit there at a desk and earn an awful lot of money.
Okay, so when I say next, it's like, yo, Ben Rama gets out, because I said Ben Rama gets out more tight spaces than pantyhose. I should be saying like Ben Rama gets out more spaces than like Gatesy. Straight up.
Mate, you want to see some of the kitchen I have to work in. It's
I can
putting
imagine.
a pint into a half pint glass, if you know what I mean.
No, I can imagine, man. Yo, when you're drinking, when like I know you're talking about like pint things, but when you're drinking wine things, like what are you talking about? You talking like white? You talking red? Like what are you talking about, dog?
I be honest, I'm more of a red wine drinker.
Me too.
If I've a choice of wine, I'd go red. I'm not particularly worried about whether it's this or that, but just generally I'm more a red wine drinker. But if I'm being given a free glass of wine,
yes,
if it's
please.
wine, if it's rosé, yes, I'm not going to turn it away.
What is it?
Epic. No. Do you know what? Epic. Do you know what? The amount of times I've been called a plumber. Where I'm repairing a domestic appliance and I'll be listening and I can hear the client that I'm working for and they're on their phone will go and they'll say, "Oh, I've just got the plumber here doing the washing machine," and I'm like, "I'm not a plumber. I'm a domestic appliance engineer. If your plumbing's fucked, then I'm not going to be able to help you." So no, I'm not a plumber, Epic. I'm a domestic appliance engineer. If it's a washing machine, if it's a tumble dryer, if it's a dishwasher, refrigeration, and all that, then I'm your man. If you've got a problem with your drains, if you've got a problem with your tap or anything like that, mate, I wouldn't really be much good to you. Have I ever been on West Ham Fan TV? As of yet, they're the biggest and the best in the sort of like the West Ham YouTube world, and Peach has frozen on me. So I'm now